I started my print-on-demand Shopify store in July of 2023 with 0 sales. Up until this week, I have made $60,932.62 in pure profit that I get to keep. Not too bad for only 4 months of work. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Meg and I'm an e-commerce entrepreneur that has been specifically in the print-on-demand business for the last 4 years. And in July, I started a brand new print-on-demand store and I'm challenging myself to see if I can make $100,000 in profit before my January 31st deadline. In this video, I'm going to go over how I run this store this past week, what went well, what went wrong, and if you stick around until the end, I'll show you the amount of profit that I've made from this current week alone. I've been getting a lot of questions recently on my print-on-demand challenge videos about how I got started, how I found my niche, how much money someone should have to start a store, how I advertise, how much should somebody spend on advertising, should they do Etsy, should they do Shopify, do I recommend TikTok? The list could go on and on. It has been overwhelming, but I absolutely love to see it. So I'm now in the process of making videos that will go in depth and answer all of these questions for you and plan on showing you exactly step by step how I do this myself with a dummy brand. Why not just show my actual brand? Well, because unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there that would simply rip off my store, and until I get everything trademarked, I'm not taking any chances. So if you're interested in learning all of this, please help me out by subscribing to my channel, commenting any questions you have and videos that you would find helpful, and turn on notifications so you get updates when new videos are coming out. This, in return, will help the YouTube algorithm, and hopefully I can get my knowledge out there to more viewers. But enough of the chit-chat, let's get into this week. This past week was November 5th through November 11th. And this week, something that went really well was that we struck advertising gold and found an ad that is crushing and will hopefully continue to keep us in a positive ROAS on Facebook. So for running this store, we've been using primarily Facebook advertising as well as a little bit of Google advertising, but we haven't really dug too deep with the Google ads yet. This is a little unconventional versus what a lot of other people in the drop shipping and print-on-demand business are doing. A lot of people are doing TikTok ads or running organic TikTok videos that they're creating on their own. I run this a little bit different. I think Facebook advertising is still the way to drive a lot of traffic to print-on-demand stores. But this week, something that really went well was finding an ad that has really good statistics. It seems like it's going to help push and keep our ads running at a really good ROAS, which is the return on ad spend. If you look at the ad account, we like to be over a 2 on Facebook. So a 2 ROAS for us is making money. So a 2.4, we're definitely making profit this week, which is great. And this is the average for the entire week of this ad account. So as you can see, the ROAS was a 2.4. We spent $10,800 pretty much on ads this week. Our cost per click was pretty cheap. The average was 54 cents, which is, I think, pretty low for Q4 actually. So I'm pretty impressed by that. If you know anything about Facebook ads, or if you love Alex Hormozi as much as I do and you listen to his podcast, you know that the secret to ad success is continuing to test new creatives. And he kind of talks about it as like an ad. As one ad is rising and getting momentum, another ad should kind of be fading away. So as you're testing, it's kind of like you're never losing that peak. You're always kind of consistent with running your ads. And he talks about the importance of that. He's like, continue to try new things, find new ads, find new creatives, keep testing. So as you continue to put new designs up on your site, then throw them into an ad, test them out, see how they'll do, and you should kind of continue to find ads that do well, that people really like, they'll continue to click on. So that's what we've been doing here to hopefully continue keeping our revenue steady as well as our profit earning steady. Now, something that really didn't go well this week was our organization. Over the last 4 years, I've tried again and again to organize my designs, my store, my business, but I still find myself disorganized at times. And this week, it came down to our customer service. Our inbox was an absolute hot mess. Now, when you're starting out, I highly suggest you run your customer service for at least a little bit of time. It helps to open your eyes to the importance of high quality service, as well as giving you a taste of things that you can change within your business. I've now hired that out, and I understand that no one will do customer service better than I will with my own business, and I've accepted that. But from time and time again, I need to go through the Gmail account, look at the emails, and make sure that they're all being answered, make sure that customers are satisfied, and basically just check in on all the customer service things. But this week, it was like being slapped in the face. We were behind answering tickets. There was no organization of knowing if a ticket was open or closed. So this week, I completely cleaned up the customer service inbox. I hopped in on tickets, made labels for the inbox to know if a ticket was open or closed, and chatted with my employee to see how we can better manage all of this. So overall, not the worst kind of outcome. It wasn't something that really was affecting our revenue, but something that can definitely affect the LTV of your customers or the lifetime value of them. So every customer that you acquire, you would love to keep them and keep them for forever. You want them to continue coming back and buying more, which increases your LTV. If you're providing poor customer service to your customers, a lot of times they're never going to come back. So when you read on certain policies that'll say they won't do refunds or they won't allow any returns, when a customer comes back and they're unhappy and you're like, well, that was my policy, sorry. Customers typically are very angry by that, as I'm sure you would too as a consumer. So putting yourself in the consumer shoes and actually fixing and adjusting the problem, even if it was something that was out of your control, customers will appreciate it. And even if your product doesn't work out great for them, they'll write in all the time saying like, it didn't work out for me, but I know 3 friends that would absolutely love, this shirt or this hoodie. So taking the time and actually answering and responding and caring about your customer is going to take you so much farther than just trying to grab all the profit that you possibly can. But enough about the dumpster fire of this week. Let's get into the exciting stuff, the numbers. So I've pulled up the analytics for the week of November 5th through the 11th. As you can see, we did a pretty good job overall this week revenue-wise. We were up 6% over the previous week. We did $33,404.35. We have an average order value of $43.05, slightly up over the previous week. Online store sessions were up 0.4%, and our conversion rate was up 6% to a 2.79. So slowly getting there to the goal of around 3, closer to 4 would even be nicer, but we love that this is trending in the right direction. 708 total orders for the week, and time to fulfill was 2 days and 5 hours. So a little bit long, but not terrible. We haven't had people really emailing into the customer support email address asking like, hey, what's taking so long? Very once in a while will you get somebody who is like, I never got a confirmation email, and typically it's in their spam folder anyways. Basically, people just like to know that they're not being scammed and that they're actually going to receive the t-shirt that they purchased. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the analytics this week. So let's get into the P&L and see exactly what we spent money on. For the week of November 5th, our total sales was $33,404.35. We had $578.72 in Printify refunds. This is money that Printify gives back to us because we sell so many t-shirts through them. So they give us a 5% rebate on our production cost as well as any taxes that we would have paid. So we don't get it on the shipping, just on the product cost. So $578.72. Our 2% cashback credit card got $531.90 of free money basically back to us. We spend our Facebook ad money on here. We put our cost of goods, so all of our invoices to Printify, we pay with this credit card. So we're pretty much earning 2% back on everything that we use to run this store. And all this is tax-free, which is really nice. So for a total of $34,514.96 in total income. So if you're not new to my channel, then you're well aware of the fact that I made a boo-boo in my previous video because I accidentally was taking out the refunds and discounts twice. So on our total sales at the top, that number has already taken out discounts and returns, refunds, whatever it may be. So I was actually deducting it out twice and was making more profit than I was actually showing on my P&Ls to you. So I've now taken that out, and as you can see, the new costs are the printer invoice, so how much money we paid to Printify this week, which was $15,432.40. As you saw in the ad account, we spent $10,801.59. Our Google ad spend was $361 for the week. Our TikTok spend was $0 because we haven't started doing anything with that yet. And our merchant fees, so these are Shopify and PayPal fees that we pay for, basically because we use Shopify payments and PayPal as ways for us to take payments from customers. We pay them a fee. That was $1,238.57 for our total costs of $27,833.56. Our overhead expenses is roughly $588 per week. This includes employees. This includes our Shopify subscription, any apps that we continue to use, that gets put into our overhead expenses. So we deduct all of that out from our total income to get our net profit for the week of $6,093.40, or an 18.24% profit margin, which is great. As you can see down here, since we know how much I made this week, we can figure out how much I need to make by January 31st to have $100,000 in my bank account. So if we take $100,000 and we subtract what I've already made, $60,932.62, then we are left with $39,067.38. Also deduct out the $6,000 that I've already made this week for a total of $32,973.98 that I need to make from November 12th to January 31st to have $100,000 of profit in my bank. So now my new profit from starting this store in January of 2023 with 0 sales, I have now made $67,026.02 in pure profit. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching these videos. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, leaving comments about videos that you would like to see or questions that you may have, as well as turning on notifications so that you're updated whenever a new video of mine is dropped, please do so. Thanks for watching.